Hello listeners and welcome to today's topic on organizational structure. I, Dr. Swapna Pillai, Professor, Department of Commerce, Bhopal School of Social Sciences, would be speaking on different types of organizational structures that are used by different organizations. In our previous video, we have already discussed what organization structure is and why the organizations, small or large, use these organization structures. We have also discussed its advantages, its disadvantages, and in continuation with that video today, we would be speaking on the different types of organization structures that is basically followed by different companies, basically the large type of companies. So today's topic would be the different types of organization structures. Mainly we would be speaking on hierarchical structure, functional, organizational, divisional. Divisional would be further categorized into market and product, geographical, then what is matrix organization structure, team based, and network organization structure. So let me first start with the first structure, that is the organizational, the hierarchical organization structure. Now as we all know that organizational chart, if you look at the organizational chart of any company, it basically looks like a pyramid. Now with the top level executives sitting at, with the top level executives delivering the instructions, plans and policies to the middle level, and then from the middle level it goes to the lower level employees. Every company normally functions according to a set organization structure that makes their functioning quite easy. Now organization structure basically exists for a smooth flow of information, as I just told you, from the top level to the lower level, and organization structure may be different for different organizations also. So let me come back to the first organizational structure as I just told you about, that is the hierarchical organization structure. Now this structure is also, we can call it, every organizational structure will more or less have a pyramid like structure. Now hierarchical organization structure is the most common type of organization structure which is adopted by a company. Now here the chain of command goes from the top down to the lower level. So CEO passing on information to the managers and managers passing on information to the lower level employees. You can see a chart here displayed on the screen. The shareholder, CEO, general manager, and general manager have got 4 deputy managers, and there is a chain of structure in every department where the information would be transferred to. Let us quickly look at the merits or demerits or pros and cons of this particular structure. So as you just saw in the diagram, this kind of organization structure better defines the authority and the responsibility. So the people who are sitting at the top, they are authorized to issue the instructions, and the lower level hierarchy is supposed to follow. Now here it shows each person who is going to report to each person and who is going to talk to which group of people in order to discuss the various projects that is to be accomplished in the organization. Now here this structure motivates employees with clear career paths, and this structure is also very useful for those who are looking for better chances of promotion. Now it enhances the skill, and therefore each employee develops his own area of skill and speciality. It creates a good relationship between employees within the same department. Now every organization structure, it may have merits, it may also have some of the demerits. So what are the demerits? Sometimes it is assumed that it can slow down innovation or important changes due to increased bureaucracy. Sometimes it can cause the employees to act in the interest of the departments instead of company as a whole. So, they may function or they may work more in the interest of the departments rather than thinking about the entire company as a whole. Then it can also make the lower level employees feel like they have less ownership and they are not able to express their ideas to the higher level authorities. So, these are the pros and cons of hierarchical organization structure. Let us move to the second type of organizational structure, that is the functional organizational structure. Now, here also this structure also starts with positions at the highest level of responsibility, that is at the top, and it goes down primarily to the lower level of employees or workers in the organization. Now, here also people are placed according to the skills and functions in a company, and each separate department is managed independently, as the name suggests, functional organizational structure. So, here is a diagram to show how the functional organization normally is carried out in large size companies, where every section, let us say here it is shown 4 departments: R&D, finance, marketing and the divisional product. So, how it is managed? They have their own organization structure so that the policies and plans can be executed in a simplified manner in the department level, and then it can be collected for fulfilling the organizational objectives. So, this functional organization structure allows employees to focus on their individual roles. It encourages specialization. It helps the teams and department to feel self-determined, and it is easily scalable in any sized company. Means if you want to expand the company, the structure can be used there as well. Now, sometimes it is also believed, even though it has got its good points, but sometimes it is believed that it may create a rift within an organization, because the focus is more on the functions, focus is more on at the department level. It hampers the interdepartmental communication. So, one department is focused exclusively on their functions and their performance. So, they may not communicate well, or they may lag behind in communication with the other departments. It obscures the processes and strategies for different markets or products in a company. Sometimes that may also be a hindrance for the organization. Let us move to the third type of the organization structure, that is the horizontal organization structure. This is also called as the flat organization structure. Now, basically this is also a pyramid shaped structure which follows a top down approach, executives to the middle level to the lower level. So, this structure is most commonly used in startup companies basically, and or so to say those companies which are not large enough. So, basically when and then if they have to scale up, they may probably have to use a different organization structures, right. Some organization structures follow this when they scale up. Some companies may switch from this organization structure to a separate organization structure depending on their scale and size. This is the bar diagram, line diagram of the horizontal organization structure. President, then you have the executive assistant, then you have the vice president for different departments like marketing, HR, finance and operations with respective staffs in their departments. Horizontal organization structure gives employees more responsibility because the number is less. So, so if they gives more responsibility, there is more chance of better communication among a particular group, and it improves coordination and also the speed of implementing the new ideas. It may have some demerits also. It may create confusion since employees do not have a clear superior to report to. Now, this is a flat organization structure mostly suitable for small size companies. Therefore, they may not have a clear cut superiors to monitor them and guide them. So, this may create some confusion. Employees with more generalized skills and knowledge employees, those who may have more skill and more knowledge, may lose an opportunity. Their skills may not be utilized in the company up to their full potential. It can be difficult to maintain once the company grows beyond a startup status. Yes, so if the company is expanding beyond a startup status, it is going to become slightly bigger. Then the company may have to choose an option to switch to a different kind of an organization structure. So let's come to the fourth type of organization structure, which is the divisional organization structure. In here, companies' divisions have control over their own resources. Now there are different divisions, and every divisions have their own demands and requirements. So here in this kind of organization structure or a setup, each division can have its own marketing team, sales team, IT team, and accordingly they can distribute the work and carry out the work hassle free. This structure works well in large companies specifically as they empower the various divisions to make decisions for themselves without the employees having to report to their superiors or their executives. As you can see now, this is the line diagram of a divisional organization structure. Now there are three different types of products. As you can see, there is a product X, there is a product Y, and there is a product Z. So we have three different divisions for these products, so that the work for all these products can be carried out separately and uniquely. Let's quickly look at the merits of this structure. Now, since this is suitable for organizations which is having basically this is suitable for large size companies, therefore it helps large companies to stay flexible because they are able to focus on their individual products. It allows for a quicker response to industry changes or customer needs. So they very well know which product is in demand and which product is losing its demand, and accordingly the R&D section of each product can work out, and if they want, they can bring out a new product or delete a product from the market. It promotes independent autonomy and a customized approach as well based on their research and development. The demerits, some of the demerits are, it can sometimes lead to duplicate resources, it can cause confusion, it can cause miscommunication between the headquarters and its division sometimes, and it is often seen that this kind of an organization structure often results in a company which is competing within itself rather than competing with its competitors. It competes with its own self, and there it may lose some of its valuable resources and time. When we talk about the divisional organizational structure, there may be different types of divisional organizational structure. First is market-based divisional organization structure. As I told you that this type of organization structure is basically suitable for very large size companies. So they may have a market-based divisional organization structure where they, in order to sell their products, they may have markets established at different places. So just like we have Reliance and Walmart, so they are companies which basically sell products to the consumers. So they may have a separate section for durable goods, they may have a separate section, for logistics. So based on the products that they are selling, they may have a separate market based divisional organizational structure. So as you can see here in the line diagram, there may be a commercial division where the goods are being sold to industries. There can be a residential division where the goods are being sold basically to common man consumers, and there can be a government division where the products are being sold to the government department. So larger companies have the option of establishing the divisions, establishing these organization structure based on the market. Second is product based divisional organization structure. So here the divisions are separated by product. For example, there may be a technology company, and they may have which may have divisions which is dedicated to cloud offerings, while the rest of the divisions can focus on the software openings. So, for example, the Adobe and its creative suite of Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, etc. So, this is a line diagram for the product based organizational structure, where you have an electronics division, where you have a home goods division, and where you have a snacks division. So, the structure can also be based like this, based on the products that is being manufactured. The third is the geographical based, the divisional organization structure. Now, when we talk about geographical based divisions, so companies, multinational companies may function in one country, they may function in different parts of the globe. Therefore, they may establish satellites offices across the country or the globe, so that they may stay connected. So, this is the line diagram showing the geographical based divisional organization structure, where one office is situated in Northern America, the other one is situated in Asia Pacific, and the other one is situated in East Asia. So, these are the three different types of divisional organization structure, which is based on market, which is based on product, and which is based on the geographical region or area. Next one is the matrix organization structure. Now, matrix organization structure mostly looks like a grid, as it is cross functional. It belongs basically, a company which is manufacturing a product may also involve in different projects. So, a subgroup has to be created from the already existing employees, and that creates a structure which looks like a grid. So, an engineer who may be regularly working in an engineering department, probably being led by an engineering director, but he may also be taken in for a temporary project. So, he may become a project manager. So, he may be working as a normal employee, and then he may be a part of the project as well. So, this type of a structure is called a mixed type of a structure, which looks like a grid, is called as a matrix organization chart, and basically it accounts for both of these roles that an engineer would be playing, as a normal engineer and also as a project manager. This is a line diagram which is showing the matrix organization structure. So, where you have a CEO, a general manager, and you have the sales managers, advertising managers. Then you have the different projects, which you can see towards your extreme left. You have project 1, 2 and 3. So, simultaneous roles, which is normal to their everyday routine, and the extra roles that have been assigned to them based on the projects taken by the company, that is a temporary roles for a certain period of time. So, this creates a grid, organizational structure. Most of the organization normally adopt these kind of structures for further expansion and diversification. When we look at the matrix organization structure, it allows the supervisors to easily choose individuals by the needs of the project. So, if a new project come into an organization, they have the option to choose the employees who have got the caliber and the skill to adopt to these two projects. It gives a more dynamic view of the organization, and it encourages employees to use their skills in various capacities, different capacities apart from their original roles. Now, every aspect has got its pros and cons. So, there may be some negative aspect to this as well. So, the negative aspect could be that it may present a conflict. There may be a conflict between the departmental managers and project managers. Yes, two different tasks has to be carried out at the same time. So, it may lead to some conflict which has to be resolved on time. It can change more frequently than the other organizational chart types. As per the demand of the project, there is a possibility that the project requirements and need may change. So, it may disturb the organization structure. So, this delay could cause some loss to the organization in terms of money or in terms of resources. The pros of team-based organization structure is it increases productivity, performances and transparency among the workers. It promotes a growth mindset here, because the teams are formed to correct the deviations within the organization, and the employees who are focused towards growth and development would always give their best to fulfill all the needs based of needs of this particular organization structure. It changes the traditional career models by getting people to move in a different direction apart from the normal pyramid type organization structure. It values experiences rather than the seniority, and it requires minimal management. Now, this is a very good plus point of this structure, that it does not require too much of skill and expertise. So, people with that kind of attitude can always be taken up for this organization structure, and it fits well with all kinds of companies. There may be some drawbacks here to this structure also. Now, there is a common belief that since it is different format than the traditional organization structure, so some companies normally may not, some companies may go against this inclination of a new kind of an organizational structure. So, they may not adopt this kind of organizational structure so easily, and sometimes it may hinder the promotional aspects of some of the employees as well. Coming to the next type of an organization structure, that is the network organization structure. Now, this is common to all those companies who have their services under one roof, and despite that they have to juggle with multitude of vendors, subcontractors, freelancers, off-site locations, satellite offices, and in order to manage all these things at one place, they create a structure which is called as a network organizational structure, and this structure kind of makes sense of the spread of resources, and it can also basically describe an internal structure that focuses more on open communication and relationships with different outside stakeholders rather than hierarchy. So, here it creates a network kind of an organization structure, as you can see in the chart. CEO sitting, and he is dealing with project managers, marketing, HR, and then he have different sales outside his normal place of business, where you can see in diagrams explain. So, this creates a network like of a structure, but still the entire company is working together to deal with all these external stakeholders. So, when we look at the merits and demerits of network organization structure, it visualizes the complex web of on-site and off-site relationship in companies. Basically, it deals with more with outside stakeholders, and it allows the companies to be more flexible and agile. It gives more power to all the employees to collaborate with the outside people, take initiative, make decisions. It helps employees and the stakeholders to understand the workflows and processes, and just as I said, there may be some demerits. It can quickly become very complex. Some of the employees may not understand the network organization structure well, especially when they are dealing with outside parties, and it can make more difficult for employees to know who has a final say, because there is no clear-cut structure wherein they know who is the immediate supervisor or immediate officer who is preceding them. Then, considering the needs of the organization, including the culture, companies choose one of these, basically it depends on what kind of culture and what kind of policies the company is following, and the network can become complicated, or network can become slightly more intricate depending on the different stakeholders. So, these were the different organizational structures that we discussed today, and considering the needs of every organization, the culture of the companies, the policies, plans of the companies, the vastness of the companies, they may choose one of this organizational structure. I hope you have liked this video of organizational structure. Thank you.